we have James Gilchrist on Dromai. He was a former Wellingtonian, moved out to Nelson.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. So shout out to all the Nelson Fed players. They've got 8 people representing them here at Nationals. Yeah. And on the other side we have Uhyoung, who has been playing since Crucible, I believe. He really liked Azalea, and then Lexi came out as a new ranger, so he's obviously picked that up. He's had some fairly solid results. He's fairly known throughout the country, I believe, as a solid Lexi player.
Yeah, he was never. Yeah, I think he was on Viserai for the longest time.
True, yeah.
And then I switched to Lexi after the Pro Tour, and after going to the Pro Tour, and he's been on it since. So let's see how
this goes.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned, I do think the Dromai deck is the favorite deck here. But if there's any Lexi player that can pull it out, Uhyoung's got a good shot, I reckon.
I think he's the only Lexi player
He is.
still that made day 2.
Yeah. No, I believe so as well. Yeah. How do you feel about all the equipments being in different sleeves?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's kind of an eyesore.
Yeah.
To be honest, I like things kind of the same, you know.
For sure. I'm definitely the same. But
Yeah. Alright, so rules of 4.
looks like they didn't honor either.
Oh.
And James did point at Uhyoung, so I presume that Uhyoung's going first.
Okay.
Maybe. Either that or he said that Uhyoung won the die roll. Who knows?
Yeah, I wonder if James is on the Phantasmal Footsteps build or the Master Mage Boots build that we've seen from Jamie Faulkner from United Kingdom. He wasn't playing Phantasmal Footsteps, he was just playing Master Mage Boots with all his with Tom, yeah. So and he did it. He got himself to the top 4, so it's pretty impressive.
Very impressive, yeah. It's really interesting because with Dromai as well, like you can actually play these tomes and get the action points. But now it looks like he's going for a more traditional build. Goliath Goblin. It's not quite what I was expecting from the Onslaught there, but haven't seen his deck list. Maybe he's playing some Erase Faces or some Command and Conquers would actually be great here as well. And on the other side, it looks like we have a fairly solid standard equipment kind of setup there, with bullseye braces rather than the shock charmers, so you can get in 3 attacks. Maybe that's a consideration to try to like clear off the dragons if it comes to it. Okay, we're gonna look to see who goes first here. Looks like it's Uhyoung. He set up his tunic with a counter.
Yeah, the Goliath Corner is interesting. Maybe for but Dromai does. I can see why he would play it. Dromai does play a lot of two costs like Command Conquer. He can play Race Face. Ever play Centipie.
Yeah, and with Uhyoung not having the Purge Grapplers as well, like that Goliath Gauntlet going to 8 will make that Command and Conquer very much
annoying.
More, yeah, a lot more relevant than just a 2-card block.
Alright, so Uhyoung loads up a Sleep Dart, which is quite good against Dromai at now, because if Sleep Dart hits it, you're unable to make the Ash.
Yep. Turns off the Ash completely, so it'll be a good tempo play to kind of stay ahead of the race a little bit, kind of prevent James Gilchrist to prevent him from applying pressure with dragons.
Yeah, it looks like just loads an arrow, Arsenal's face down, and just setting up for next turn. Because Dromai usually can't really pressure too hard turn 1 because of the lack of Ash.
Yep, 100%. So we see here the Embermaw Centipie attacking for 6. It doesn't really have an effect, but it does make 1 Ash, which is what James really needs here, just to keep a card to Arsenal as well. Looks like Uhyoung's thinking about whether he wants to be aggressive right from the get-go, or if he's going to block out. A little bit of decision making here at the start. It's really one of the things I like about this game. All the decision trees and how you end up using your cards, if you can save them for later on or if you need to.
Yeah, 100%. It's just like, if you don't need to take damage, don't. Right, so you know it's blocking with 3. Letting take 3, maybe it's just gonna be a weaker turn for him. Maybe he isn't seen as, you know, as important cards such as Rain Razors, as Art of Wars, Free of Kinds, and stuff like that.
He might be saving those for the next turn as well, where he has Tunic available to him.
Yeah.
Art of War is a lot more powerful when you don't have to pitch a card for it.
Alright, so he's using Lexi's ability to flip a pop. What is that? Icequake, yeah. Is it red or blue, I believe?
I think it's blue. Here we have the Belgium shot. So I presume it's... Oh.
Also, I believe it is
red.
Yeah.
There we go.
So it's coming for 8, and if it hits, he gets to reload and make additional frostbite.
Now the reload will be not active here because he does have a card face up in Arsenal, so this is just a go again attack. And yeah, that Sleep Dart can't get out of the Arsenal at instant speed, so very much just a powerful go again attack here, but like we said, we're just trying to apply pressure, or Uhyoung's trying to apply pressure.
Yeah. And the hit trigger is pretty good because he already has a frostbite. If he takes it, he'll have 2 frostbites. And Dromai doesn't really play a lot of blues, right?
No, not at all. They'll play a few, just so they can make sure they get their legendary dragons out. They'll play against some frostbites, but they still definitely have to work through it. They really want a lot of reds to make the Ash tokens. It looks like he's considering a 3-card block here, though. So
yeah,
that tax effect was pretty real there. Was trying to avoid the frostbites maybe, or maybe his turn is just a bit lacking in terms of the pressure. But that is an E-Strike and a Spears of Surreality, so that is a lot of go-again attacks he could have had.
The E-Strike and Dromai, okay. So this means the Sleep Dart will hit unless he has defense reaction or using armor. But let's just take 2. It's not the end of the world, he has no cards in hand. He's not making Ash's turn, right? So
clearly his turn wasn't going to make Ash anyway. With his intentions, with that much damage, so I like the block there.
Yeah.
And we just see another draw up, and now maybe here's the power turn. We'll see. He did save a card in Arsenal, so that could be that Art of War we were talking about before. Okay, so we have Uhyoung again, just thinking for a bit. Lexi's a very complicated deck with a lot of different lines.
Yeah, definitely. It's like, which era do I load? Do I go off? Do I set up? Do I have to choose go again +1? It's just a lot of lines, a lot of different effects that you need to be aware of. But yeah, here we see the Art of War.
Yeah. Obviously a card that takes a lot of decision making. Looks like he's chosen +1 and draw 2. And there's a Cadaverous Contraband that he's banished.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of that card played this weekend. I've even saw it in Brute.
Yeah. That seems pretty powerful in Brute. It's obviously 6 power and gets you back potentially your Blood Rush, which is massive.
But for Lexi, maybe return 3 of a kinds.
Oh, it has to be 3 of a kinds,
has to be that, right?
Yeah.
So I believe he chose +1.
Yeah.
And
draw 2.
Draw 2, correct?
Yeah. He banished the Contraband, so that's the draw 2 there.
Okay, and we are setting up for those. That future turn when he wants to strip a card from his opponent's hand, leaving them with only 3 cards to block with. Maybe a Rain Razor's turn, you know, when his arrows will be taken from 7 to 8.
Yeah. Lexi definitely feels like some sort of setup deck. You usually get 2, maybe 3 attacks on a turn, but with Rain Razors that becomes massive, and with Art of War as well, and 3 of a kind. There's so many of these like big setup kind of cards. So here we have...
Okay, maybe he chose Go Again, because that Endless Arrow currently does not have Go Again. He just flipped it from the Arsenal. Oh, but it's coming in for 5. Okay.
5, okay, so this is just a vanilla 5. The Art of War is +1. He does have Snapdragon Scalers available to him still. Fairly early in the game, but this hand might be aggressive enough There we go. There's the Snapdragon Scalers. And there's the 5 damage on hit. He gets that back.
Okay. It's pretty early to commit the Snapdragon Scalers, don't you think?
I definitely think it's probably early, but, you know.
I just think he doesn't have any arrow. He didn't draw any arrows off the Art of War.
Yeah. So this is him kind of cutting his losses here, just trying to make the most of the fact that he has played an Art of War with a damage bonus. And that 2 resources, could that represent anything, do you think? Any sort of damage bonuses? Or
I think this Endless Arrow would have been built with Go Again.
Yeah.
I believe. So he might have another arrow.
He could have another Cadaverous Contraband with that too.
Yeah.
If this is Go Again. You know, that could be pretty big in that case.
Okay, he's looking to take
Another 5.
5.
Yep. The endless arrows is an arsenal at the start of the turn, so
Yeah.
these arrows really are endless. He's revealed no other cards this turn since playing the first one.
So I think this will be coming with 6,
Yeah, looks like it.
since it is his last full tier usage.
Yeah, you'd have to assume here. Now James committed to not blocking this card already twice, so it'd be interesting to see if he commits a block at this point.
Yeah.
Um,
He was picking up the Flame Kit. Okay, he's coming for 5 again.
he could still have a Cadaverous Contraband in
Yeah.
hand. This is a much wider turn than we initially expected.
You know, he could, if it hits, he could just use Bullseye Bracer and put it load in there again and shoot it again. And this Endless Arrow would have done 20 damage this turn.
That's very true. I actually really like that play a lot. You know, James is committed to having to 2-card block this, otherwise it's going to come in again. Either way, like, if he wants to stop this Endless Arrows, it's going to be 2 cards. So, like, this is a really cool play to kind of just keep on asking James the same question and seeing if he responds any differently, or if he's just going to quit taking 20 damage and playing from behind.
Yeah, wonder if, okay, so James is picking up his Flame Skill Furnace. Finally decides to block it after on the third attack. So you don't have another attack to follow up. Okay.
Rain Rises.
Okay, that's so.
He was holding that one for a while.
Yeah.
But I suppose if he played it earlier in the turn, then
It would
James
have been +4, right? It would have been 4 more damage.
It would be +4, but James would see that he only has 1 card in hand and then is more inclined to block the... that's big.
This is huge. So this Bolts and Shot will come for one.
Has Go Again.
Yeah. 8?
8 damage, wow.
And if it hits, the Endless Arrow hits.
Endless Arrows comes back.
Oh yeah, wow, this is from an average turn from Uhyoung, from how he was playing it, now it's to a threatening a 28 damage turn?
Yeah. So it was what? 5, 6, 6, 8, potentially another 7? A 6? That's huge. Absolutely huge. This goes back to what we were saying about Lexi being kind of this combo style deck, or like this deck where she sets up and builds up towards this massive turn. He hopes that this will buy him enough tempo that he can kind of stay ahead for the remainder of the game before the Dromai can kind of turn the corner.
Okay, he's defending. Yeah, 2 block he's defending?
Yeah, that's Ravenous Rival, so...
Oh, okay, cool. So he's defending it for 8?
Yeah, he really stopped this on hit to... This stopping 8 essentially stops another 6 damage as well, so it's kind of like blocking for 14, but it did cost all of his equipment.
Yeah, his flame can no longer use Flame Kill. His Flame Kill's Furnace is gone now. His Crown is gone.
Yep, it's going to be...
Those 2 are very important pieces in the Dromai deck. Especially Flame Skill Furnace, being able to pitch reds,
Yeah.
get resources, make ash.
Yeah, making that ash would be rough. Now, this is probably one of the better dragons in this matchup, just on the basis that, like, you have to hit it twice to remove that endurance counter, or attack it with a 6 power, or
Yeah.
block with a 6 power.
But the way Uhyoung's playing right now, I just don't think he will care.
No, I don't think so either. I'll just been asked to move the equipment, make it a bit more clear as to what's still on the board. And yeah, it did feel like a Steady Hammer's turn almost. Yeah, he just took the 3. With firmly with the tempo in play here. He may just choose to ignore this dragon. It might be too much effort to stop 3 damage every turn.
Why commit a 6? Why commit a 6 power to destroy a Yin Direct when it's only dealing 3?
Yeah.
But whenever you drew another power card such as Favorite Card, out of war, because he does. They are 3 elves in the deck.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Again, we might see him kind of just wade water a little bit until he gets that 3rd tuna counter again. His attacks are enough pressure kind of without those bonuses, so he might be saving 1 or 2 of those for that turn.
He does have Endless Arrow in the arsenal.
That's true. We've seen that exact card a few times now. That exact copy of that card. Okay, he's doing a bit of a think again. We might have another big turn. Is this kind of what you expected from Lexi when you were developing the set and stuff, working on the set? Were you involved in that one?
Yes, it was actually the first set I was involved in. Yeah, Lexi was very cool. It was more like shoot 2, 3 arrows, trying to turn. It's more like a semi-aggro deck, but you do have off turns to set up.
Yeah.
And then as more support came out, like Rain Razors and cards like that, it just got a lot more aggro. That's why you see the Art of Wars and stuff. Okay, here we go.
He has the 3 of a kind. So he's playing from his arsenal at this point onwards. And did he have another card in his arsenal? Do we know that's definitely Endless Arrows? We do know now. Okay, so there's going to be a 3-hour turn most likely, with that many cards in hand.
Fused? Yep, sure is.
This is massive. That looks like it's red. So this is 5 damage with Go again, I have to assume. And
what do you think of Chilling Ice Vein?
That card is very frustrating.
Yeah, every time I play against Lexi player and they start off with Chilling Ice Vein and there's 2 more arrows, it just commits you to defend everything, because every arrow that hits, you have to discard a card.
Yeah, you're just going to lose your whole hand. You're it's forcing you to block the entire turn. It's probably going to leak damage. And if Uhyoung really wants, he also has this Amulet of Ice here to really get every card out of James's hand.
And he still has 3 cards in hand. However, you can only play arrows, right?
Yes. Yep, you can only play cards from Arsenal. So unless he has another reload sort of effect and somehow also gets the Endless Arrows out of Arsenal before ending his turn. Without it ending his turn, rather.
Yeah, Chilling Ice Vein definitely one of the more powerful arrows in Lexi deck. It's just so frustrating to deal with.
For sure. It's also really dangerous here. Oh no, never mind, I take that back.
Were you thinking about how you could Rain Razors, destroy footsteps?
But not with 3 of a kind in play. Or active. Okay, so we have a clean block for 5 here, and he's going to filter a little bit. Maybe he's looking for a blue in case he has to get hit a couple of times. Maybe try to keep a card for Arsenal, or maybe he's just trying to find a card that blocks 3 instead of 2. Dromai does have a number of 2 blocks with things like Ravenous Rebel and
Rake the Embers?
Rake the Embers, yeah. Thank you.
Alright, Leon's just thinking which area he wants to play next. Maybe he doesn't have an arrow.
Yeah, 3 of a kind does do that sometimes where you just don't draw enough actual arrows and you can't play the no attack actions from hand. So Yes, 3 of a kind maybe isn't so clear cut here.
Yeah.
Either that or he's got multiple arrows, he's deciding which one.
Okay, he's committing the Amulet of Ice.
Yep. Now he knows that Dromai. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say he knows Dromai has a lot of red, so there's a chance that it's going to make him discard rather than pitch. But
seems like he didn't draw another arrow.
he did not draw another arrow, but it looks like this is still the same combat chain, so he's not going to be able to footsteps on this endless arrow. And he has one card left in hand, so it's going to hit. He does.
So bounces back. And now he can load the endless arrow and arsenal card.
Yeah,
I believe. Because he don't. Yeah.
I think he was just kind of shuffling them around to give away as little information as possible. But he did have 3 cards in hand, so that 3 of a kind ultimately not being as explosive as Uhyoung probably would have liked.
Yep. And now Yandurai's poking over again.
Mm-hmm. That is one of the upsides of a deck like Dromai, where she can block out with her whole hand, or almost her entire hand, and still apply a little bit of pressure. Interestingly, I don't believe that Endless Arrow specifies hits a hero. So it's pretty reasonable to also maybe come at that Yandere at some point, or another dragon with the Endless Arrows. Let's just still have this kind of...
Yeah, I think it's just to say hits.
Yeah. So that, you know, if he does need to control, then the Endless Arrows can be seen a lot more times throughout this game.
I wonder if we'll see the... I wonder if Uhyoung plays Battering Bolt. The 6 power arrow from Airfist. I wonder if that's included in his deck for this matchup. Just a Phantasm Popper.
Yep.
And I mean, it's a 6 power arrow, right? It's pretty. That's pretty. Its effect is if it hits, the opponent discards or loses life equal to the number of non-attack actions and attack actions. So like instances and stuff. But anyway, forget about that. We have another Art of War. Uhyoung just keeping up the pressure.
Mm-hmm. And I can't tell. I presume that's a red Bolton shot he's banished.
Okay.
Which is one of the more powerful arrows in the deck in terms of going wide. So I presume he's got a lot of good arrows this time. And he's chosen Go again this time.
Yep.
So
this endless arrow has been putting in the work. Hey. Yes, James has finally had enough of this arrow, so...
Yep. Now we can see
now we can see Rangers, right? There we go.
And there we see it. Oh yeah. That's massive. So he's lost the... Oh, the endless arrows hits even.
Endless arrow hits, the Phantasmal Footsteps gets destroyed.
Nothing is going the way.
And now his arrows will be coming in for minimum 7 or 6 or 7 this turn.
Yep.
Yeah, here we go. Blizzard Bolt. Do we see the fused?
Blizzard Bolt is the
is this
one?
Yes, if it hits the mix or so, it's not fused.
It's not fused, so it's just...
But it's still coming for 7.
Just 7 Go again. It's almost like he chose every mode of E-Strike on this Blizzard Bolt.
We end up taking 1.
Mm-hmm.
Does he have another bolts and shots? Because James does have no cards in hand.
No, he's just going for some arrows again.
He's playing his favourite card. No, it's 7, coming in for 7.
Yep, so this is just the +1 off the Voltaire here. Guaranteed 7 damage and no cards in hand. Uhyoung is firmly in the driver's seat.
Yeah, definitely is. He's really stepping up the gas on this matchup. Just ignoring the Yandere, just going straight for the face.
Yeah. Like we said, why would you block that when you can apply more than 3 damage with all the cards in your hand more likely? Lexi is one of these decks that requires, or kind of does more damage based on the number of cards in hand.
Yeah.
And she does tend to struggle when she has low cards in hand. So ideally he doesn't really want to block where he can and hopes that this taxing effect will just keep him ahead. And so far it has.
Alright, the Tunic's on 3. You know, let's see if he doesn't. He drew another Art of War for a kind turn.
Yep. We have seen 2 Rain Razors from him already, correct?
So there is that third one that James needs to be aware of.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he's reading the Yandere. Maybe his hand isn't as great as he thought, and then maybe he has to focus. Maybe he wants to kill the dragon.
This might be the turn that he attacks the Yandere. He might also just be checking to see if the prevention effect on Yandere, or double checking to see if the prevention effect on Yandere stops all of the damage, or if it just prevents up to 3, like
Yeah.
you know it does. Because he could make that kind of endless arrows play to hit it, deal damage, remove the counter, and get the endless arrows back.
Yeah, I think the endless arrow most likely will be in his face.
At this point, you have to expect it, right? Here's another
as
item, and he pitched for it as well.
Okay.
He notably pitched 6 power, so he could have popped the Ender Eye if he wanted. But I guess he probably values the draw 2 more at this point when he's being this aggressive.
Yeah. There's just no point popping it, right? You
No.
just free damage. If you can have a explosive turn, well, maybe you can just kill him. Then you're gonna go for that. Okay, come in for. I believe he would have chose. Is that yellow?
No, it'd be red. So it'd be 5 damage go again, +1 from our reservoir. So 6 damage go again that has been fused, and again it's that chilling ice vein.
Oh, it's the.
Super frustrating.
It's the vein. It's the vein that most players in Lexi, right?
Yeah.
Okay, he's got 3 arrows this turn.
5 damage.
Yeah, it's just not looking good for James. It requires a 2-card block
Yeah.
because if he blocks a 1 card, chilling ice vein will trigger.
Can't even tap
Discarding it, and then the endless arrow. It looks like the arrow will be hitting again.
Mm-hmm.
In fate.
And that's every card out of James's hand. So
Yeah.
this endless arrow's going to come in. It's going to give him a frostbite.
Yeah, this endless arrow is probably hit
I've
6 times, 7 times in this
I've
game.
honestly lost count.
Yeah. Alright. Also knowing that's the endless arrow.
And James is just going to pass the turn here because he can't attack because of the frostbite. Did I?
Yeah.
No, there's no frostbite. He blocked the second. No, he didn't fuse the second.
I don't think he's used to second one.
Okay, never mind. Got ahead of myself. Sorry about that.
But Uhyoung's happy to take this through.
Yeah.
This dragon is no pressure. It's not like a Kyloria or like it's not one of those dragons that have a on-hit ability or like one of the legendary dragons that reveal and disrupt your opponent, right?
No, for sure. Ender Eye is powerful in the sense that because it's like so obnoxious to deal with,
Yeah.
you can kind of just ignore it.
It's just
and
a
focus
sticky,
on the dragons.
just sticks on the board kind of dragon.
6 around, does 3 damage, fairly solid. But in this case, it's not helping him get ahead.
Yeah.
Has he hit Uhyoung with anything else other than the dragon? I don't think he has.
Center Pie, the blue one, turn 1.
That got blocked, right?
No,
it got blocked for 3.
block for 3, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, we'll see a pulse.
Also Volt him, and he's
Giving
just,
the +4 to his next element to attack.
yeah, really just applying the pressure on here. Now this won't affect the endless arrows.
No, I won't, but
That card has clearly been the MVP of the
Yeah.
game so far.
ooh,
That
Frostlock.
Frostlock.
Okay.
This is that card you're talking about?
This is
And
and it's fused. Okay, so I believe the ability is if it hits, your opponent can't pitch 0 costs,
pitch or play. Yeah.
play 0 cost, right?
Yeah.
And this turn, everything costs an additional 1.
Yeah.
So like his Fateful Scenes and Sink
Yeah.
Belows, they're kind of dead if James has a 4 red hand, right?
Yeah.
It's just like pitching a card to block 4. It's just it doesn't feel the best.
It's only half the damage as well.
Yeah, the endless arrows aren't coming in.
If that is the case, he might be prized into it anyway because he won't be able to pitch them next turn. If
Yeah.
this hits. So it's just a really rough spot for James. This whole game has been a rough spot so far.
Yeah, everyone's just stepped on the gas, you know.
Mm-hmm. This is the opposite of what I predicted and how this game was going to go.
Yeah, it's just when you draw out of war for your kind, turns up the turn. The Dromai player just can't take all the damage, right?
Yeah, no, for sure.
Especially with chilling ice veins, blizzard bolts,
Yeah.
and everything, just disrupting the turn.
Oh, he does have that Sink Below in hand. Just had a little sneak peek at that.
Oh
this
no.
game.
So if Uhyoung has another arrow, this might be game,
That's it.
right?
Yeah, because he can attack the other arrow and then finish the game
Yeah,
with that.
there we
endless
go.
arrows.
There's no arrow. Should go again. That will be coming in for fuse.
Fuse, I'll give a frostbite. I don't predict that mattering at this point.
Or maybe if he somehow survives the interaction, can't attack if he makes a frostbite.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, you make this play.
So this is coming red. Red?
I don't think he plays this card in yellow, would be my guess. 3, 4.
Yeah.
Maybe it was yellow.
Yeah, maybe. The red one's 5, right?
I think the red one's 5, yeah. But here's the lethal attack. We know that he has a sink below in hand, so
Yeah,
there's
and
the
there
game.
you go. Yeah,
What a game.
what a dominating performance by Uhyoung, right? It's just,
Yeah.
He had control all over the games. Couldn't let his opponent even like have a turn. His opponent kept 4-card blocking every turn.
That endless arrows. That one copy of endless arrows that we saw was there the entire game. It never
Yeah,
got.
definitely. The end of Sarah was the MVP for Uhyoung, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So now Uhyoung moves into 7-3. Just don't need to win 2 more games to make top 8. James, however, maybe he makes it through breakers, but if he doesn't, I think he'll still be playing for the top 24 prize money, right?
Yeah. If he wins the next 2, he's guaranteed the money. If my math was correct.
Yep.
If he wins 1 more, there's a chance of him being in that top 24 cash.
Oh, his Arsenal was a Tomo tie. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see why he wanted to play that card out.
Yeah, very powerful. It's
Blows up the New Horizon. It's just
destroying New Horizons is disgusting.
Yeah. Lexi loses half his power with just 1 Arsenal, right?
Yeah. Plus, you get to destroy everything that's in there as well.
Yeah. So that would have been a very good outcome if he got the chance. Just flexing his Marvel Dragons. This Ashwing's not Marvel.
Someone hook him up with a Marvel Ashwing.
It's got 2 Azalies.
These do look really nice.
Yeah, they do. Which one's your favorite?
My favorite one is probably Mirror Guy. I just really like the color scheme on it.
Oh, okay.
I really like pastels. It's real nice and there's like a little bit of water on it. So Mirror Guy is probably my favorite Marvel.
Yeah, that's nice. My favorite one is definitely Tomotai.
Tomotai.
It stands out the most. The orange in the middle.
Yeah, for sure. It definitely just looks very powerful.
And Uhyoung's just flexing his endless arrow.
He's probably like, look at all these dragons that I could kill with this endless arrows.
Alright, then that concludes round 10. It's 2 more rounds classic constructed. We will be back for round 11. I think Kiki will be with Mr. Classic that round. So stay tuned for that. We'll be right back shortly. Thank you.